And then they put that cheap plasticky end on it. These I would feel much better putting my name on it and getting them out there. I was hoping I could swap out the other one that I did, but this actually, you need just a slightly larger board. It's all food grade stainless steel, all the components. But let's see what size of a board we need to make. How's the quilt coming along, TW? I see you got your materials. You started on that yet? Started some of the construction. Very nice. Okay. This is calling for a 7 by 10 as an example. That seems like a pretty decent size, so I think we're going to go with that. Probably going to have to hand sew some of it. Oh, very nice. Anytime you have something going better than expected, that's a win. Well, let's get this dust. Dust everywhere. Just can't escape it. All right, so we had cut up a bunch of strips of wood. How I came across all this purple heart, but I found a whole bunch of purple heart in my shop. We've got all kinds of widths of various hardwoods. Come up with cool combinations and we're going to make a few of these boards. Hope to have, this is something that I want to start stocking. Try to get a few on hand. I really don't like this headset. Oh, nice. So, railroads done, waterworks, luxury tax, chance, working on an electric company. Very nice. Are you going to be streaming any of this or posting progress pics, or are you just kind of keep it all close to the vest? Right. I ended up getting some of these a little bit mixed up, but that'll be okay. We just gotta make sure we end up with the right thicknesses. I'm gonna try and build these boards so they're all unique. Nobody should ever really have two of the same board. And I should probably get going on my guild challenge too. So anyone who might be new to the channel here, I am part of the Craftsman's Guild, and we do a quarterly challenge. And this quarter's challenge is board games. And the rules are pretty simple. In fact, the nice thing is the challenge is pretty wide open this time. Team Artisans, don't remind me about the challenge. Well, you know what? I'm gonna. Mainly because I need to get motivated myself and get going on this. But let me pull up the rules here for this quarter's challenge. Here we go. So the rules are pretty simple. So if you go click on that Craftsman's Guild link, if you're not already a member of the Discord, this competition is open to everyone. Really the only rule is you just got to join the Discord. And so board games. Uh, so your entry must be related to board games via subject matter or purpose. And this one's been high up on the voting list the last couple times we've done our vote, but we're finally at this one. I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. So it's really something I think everybody can relate to, and it doesn't really matter what your specialty is, whether it's wood, metal, fiber, clay, you name it. There's a way for you to participate in this one. So really, this one, and it doesn't even have to be a game. It can also be, it could be an ode to a game. So you know the community should be able to connect your entry to board games in some way. Could be art, custom board or pieces. custom storage solution for your favorite game, accessories, a song inspired by a map, painting, whatever your imagination can come up with. So I think this one might be one of the more open challenges that we've ever really had in the guild. So all mediums are on the table, including cardboard for those who have been fighting for cardboard. uh, so so building for the project must have been started on or after March 31st at midnight Pacific time. Planning for the project may have started or an idea you've had in the past. And let's see, you can only have one entry. It will be judged on design, creativity, originality, and spirit. You will need to provide pictures and a description of your entry. There will be a Google form made available, but entries are due May 31st. So, for those of you counting along at home, about 3 weeks have ticked by already on an 8-week challenge, and that's a lot of time. And I am one of those who has not really started yet. I've done some brainstorming and putting everything together. I need more time. Yeah, I totally agree. It's but 8 weeks is a lot of time. So I think Tiamat, I think we're in the same boat. I think we need to stop procrastinating. So, um, so yeah, definitely. I, I'm. I don't know if I've been more excited for a challenge than this one. I think this is the challenge. I think we're going to see more entries than we ever have in the past, and I think we're going to see some really interesting entries as well. So yes, I am stoked. But I missed the last challenge, and I'm pretty disappointed in myself. Um, so I really wanted to make something happen. I got an early start, and then things just kind of fell apart. So we're going to get a couple things knocked out. I've got one big commission piece that I need to get underway. After that, I do have a couple giveaway pieces I need to build. Aside from that, there's really nothing that should be in my way. No excuses this time. Last time there was some parts and pieces I needed to source, and I wasn't able to get out and get those pieces collected. Right, so we've got all sorts of colors, shapes, sizes. I need to get some wider walnut strips too. I think I've got a whole bunch of walnut. I think I might let walnut do a lot of the talking on some of these boards. It's such a pretty piece, is such a pretty wood when it's all oiled up, and it's a nice hardwood. Again, I've got to try and go 7 inches wide rather than all these little strips. I've got some other hardwoods too, like some purple heart, cherry, again, lots of walnut. I think maybe what I'll do is cut wider strips and have the center be kind of a highlight band. I think. I'm going to do that because some of these pieces are pretty narrow. Building Monopoly, thought of doing the farmer game. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I thought you were doing the farmer game. Thinking about either making Mesopotamian board game replica or a Viking game. Ooh, those would be nice. Either will be hella expensive. Yeah, that's always the challenge. Um, is do you want to throw down, go all out, use the nicest materials, or do you want to just kind of put something together? You know, are you going to keep it long term? That's always one of the struggles I have with doing some of these pieces too. Is sometimes it's a piece that you're really only doing for the challenge, and you're never going to see or touch the thing again. So it's hard to justify spending a lot of money on. But the board games, though, I think that's something that I think everyone can kind of relate to, and it's pretty easy to build something a little more long term with the board games. And then it comes down to after you do enough of these challenges, all this stuff starts accumulating. So, yeah, in a way, you almost want to build the pieces to where you can auction them off or sell them off at the end. Right. I've got a lot of accent strips. We're gonna get this mat out of here for a bit. Stand them on end so we can see what we have. I wish it wasn't so cold today. I want to get the garage opened up a bit more. That's actually a different piece of wood. I think that's, yeah, that goes over here. Viking game I can probably sell easily. Not sure about the Sumerian board game. If I'm too familiar with some of those games. I just thought of another fun but easy one, Mancala. Kind of a fun one. One thing I like about these challenges, they make for good skill building exercises. These woods here are very similar. Figure out which ones are which. I think if I flip these over. Yeah, there we go. Now we got a little better match. Nice. Yeah, I have a hard time just making something to make something. To be useful and purposeful afterwards. Okay, how am I going to do this? I really need to get the garage opened up. I got a whole bunch of rough sawn lumber. For me to go 7 inches wide with these strips is going to take a bunch. So I'm going to probably need wider strips. The other cheese board I did was ooh, this could be nice. This piece of red heart. That all needs that needs to be planed down. What our forecast for tomorrow is going to be. Tonight I know we're supposed to get down to like 20. Temperatures as low as 25 degrees Fahrenheit tonight. That's such a bummer. We've been having some nice 60, 70, we even hit 80 degrees a couple days. Everything greened up real nice. Everything's budding, and now we got this hard freeze coming in. Tomorrow's supposed to get up into the 50s. Maybe we'll just postpone some things. Um, let's see, what have we been doing here? So I really just need to spend a little bit of time cleaning up the shop. And I can stream it. I don't have any problem with that. Might get a little boring, but I think before I glue up any of these pieces, I want to get at least a little wider center strip, or at least a couple wider pieces. I think I only went, did I do 3/4? This looks like 3/4. Where'd I put my tape? So 7/8 by 3/4, so I must have went 7/8. They said stacking all that up, especially with it being hardwood, for me to sell these at a reasonable cost, I'm going to have to get at least some filler in there. Some of these woods are somewhat expensive. The other thing I was thinking is I probably should have cut these on the bandsaw to help minimize a little bit more waste. I probably could have gotten another 3/8 or yeah. With as many cuts as I did, I probably could have got another 1/2 inch board out of these strips. Yeah, I'm ready for some warm weather. We had 1 week where it was really fantastic. High 60s, low 70s, exactly where, that comfortable temperature range. But yeah, this cold stuff. We had some snow last night. Oh, it drove me crazy. This morning, nothing really stuck to the ground, but some of the rooftops had some snow on them. Yeah, I think I'm just going to spend about an hour tidying up a little bit. Um, so much, so much clutter right now out here. Getting everything back to its home. Point where we can maneuver out here again. And I've got a bunch of pen kits I need to organize. I've got to figure out how to I need more storage. for small tools and parts. Maybe I need to build a, maybe that's what I need to do behind my bandsaw. Well, that's not going to work though, because I need to get, I need them to be like trays that slide in and out. I know what we're going to do. Shuffle these off. This, I'm going to use this on another project. In fact, that needs to go up here. That's too nice of a piece of wood to have that much waste on. But I do need to do some custom pens. I think I'll organize my kits a little bit. That way, I've got a good inventory of what I do and don't have. Got a bunch of miscellaneous kits that picked up some tubs to make organizing these a little bit nicer. A lot of these are slim lines. In fact, if I can track down one of my winners quick, I might have them stop in for a moment. See a couple streams they might be hanging out in. I don't see them in there. Okay. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. Alright, well, there's some keychains. Slimline. Theme rippers. Slimlines. I like the slimline kits, but they end up being a lot of work for what they are. Here's some kits that I have to pull this one open. I have some tubes that are turned down. They're not finished. Remember what was going on there. All these are slim lines. Oh, and you know what? I need to make a bin of pen parts. This is an example. This is a kit that I had started turning. I don't know exactly what happened. Well, okay, so with this one, I can tell what likely happened is I probably glued it and didn't give it enough time to set. Looks like as I was turning it, something happened where it let loose, but had a little blowout. But the components are all there, and I have spare tubes, and I just need to cut a couple tubes, get some new barrels, and then I can finish that pen. That's a kit that's been in my drawer for quite some time. All right, and then these. So as Woodcraft, can't remember when it was. I think it was Black Friday last year. They were running these slimline kits. Uh, they were, I want to say it was like six kits for $10 or something like that. I ended up buying a huge pile of those because they didn't have any limits on them. Ron Hill 29. Thanks for that follow. That's I think you were the big 250 right there. So awesome. Thanks for stopping in. Don't know how long you've been hanging out. I am the Random Tinkerer, and you'll find me usually doing some mostly woodwork. Um, make a lot of pens, bottle stoppers, cutting boards. We've been working on some picture frames lately, and a little everything. But thanks for following. Today, right now, we're just doing a little bit of cleanup and organization. Shop has been just getting a little bit too cluttered lately. Those are fun lines. Thanks for that lurk, TW. Oh, here's something we can fix up today, I think. See if these were the right tubes. They were. Okay. So this is a quick repair we're going to do today. So what ended up happening? This is a pine cone we embedded in some resin. Um, when we were doing the glue up, the glue set up before we got the tube all the way in. So I picked up another piece of tube, so we're just going to finish gluing this in. This will just end up being a personal pen here. This won't be anything that I sell just due to the defect, but yeah, we'll just end up gluing another tube in from the other side, cutting it off, and then we'll be able to finish turning that. So that's one of the risks that you take when you use CA glue. Sometimes there's just the right conditions where it just sets up way quicker than what you're ready for. And that is what happened. We were pressing in the tube and it just grabbed. I think I'm going to actually use epoxy. So we're going to fix that today. Keep going through some of these pens. Get a few things. I got some other kits stored in a drawer back here. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put all these tubs, but at least we'll have our kits more organized. Okay, these are dragon. They're all dragon pens. These are. This is a pen and pencil set. That was a. This was from Pen Kits Mall. I'm gonna have to do some digging on what this is. I had placed an order. I ended up with a bunch of one-off stuff. Oh, these. This is a pen kit. These are fun because I don't have the bushings for them, and I can't find them anymore. And I have made one of them, but they just take forever because you end up having to constantly stop and check your sizes. Oops, put in my parts box. Bullet pens. Figure out where I want to put those. These are some more of the higher end pens there. Those are all parts. I bought a bunch of extra refills and bands and other customs. These are slimline pencil kits. Puppy pens, Liberty Bells. That one I gotta look at a little more. These are all pencil kits, but they're in the slimline family, so I'm gonna throw those in there. That might be everything. Okay. Cigarillos. Got a lot of my project kits in the house. I need to go grab those. I've got some kaleidoscope eggs, lots of bottle openers, bottle stoppers. Don't need any more slimlines anytime soon. Okay, what were these? I think these are cigarillos. Cigarillo pen and pencil kit. I'll have to look up that number. It looks like Boyd is streaming and showing off his booth right now. See if we can. It's only streaming in 1020p, but this is Boyd's Custom Fabs booth. They're out doing a show today. Down in Austin, Texas, I believe. Uh-oh. Looks like his stream might have hung up. Nice looking booth down there. Oh, looks like he dropped, so big ol' F there. If you're not already following Boyd, go check out his stream. They've been starting to do a lot more shows recently here, and they're out and about today at a big reggae festival. Saw by some of the things out on the table. Certain crowd that they're trying to appeal to, it looks like. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and keep these tubs down to a minimum. This will definitely, like I said, I got a pen parts. I got tons and tons of pen parts. This is a cabinet I either need to utilize better or get rid of it. There. Block kits that I need to do something with one of these days. This cabinet definitely needs to be better utilized, or completely gotten rid of would be more ideal. Get something a little more efficient with space in there. Okay, so label maker. Get all fancy with this. Oh, of course. Love how much waste there is with some of these labels. All right, have to find where we're gonna keep these permanently. They're probably too deep to put up in my cabinets, but we're still in a better situation than we were. I think those will all fit in there. They will. So for this label, there was more waste that printed out than there was the entire label that actually had print on it. Such a racket with these. It's almost, it must be something with the printing industry because, you know, inkjet printers, they're all the same. They sure find a way to waste a lot of. I don't know, maybe there's a setting where I can set the how much is printed before and after each label. I think I looked at that one other time and changes it for the next one here. Okay, so we got limb lines.